The Philippines refuses to summon Chinese Ambassador Chao Jianhua over the sinking of a Filipino boat by a Chinese ship in the West Philippine Sea or South China Sea. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo says this is because it has no jurisdiction over the ambassador.
We cannot summon the ambassador. Wala naman tayong jurisdiction kay ambassador. I mean, we're not the government of China to summon an official of China. The word is invite.
Panelo says President Rodrigo Duterte is not inclined to even invite the Chinese ambassador to explain the boat sinking incident. Duterte did not criticize China when he broke his silence on the issue on Monday, June 17. He dismissed it as a maritime incident. China drops allegations of 7 to 8 Filipino fishing boats that besieged a Chinese boat in its new statement Tuesday, June 18. For the first time since the Rectobank issue erupted, China sends its sympathies to the 22 distressed fishermen of Filipino vessel Gemver. The statement reads, quote, "On the early morning of June 10, an accidental collision took place between a Chinese fishing vessel and Filipino fishing vessels near the Liu Tan. We express our sympathy to the Filipino fishermen who were in distress." Liu Tan is the Chinese name for Rectobank. But Foreign Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin raises the issue to the United Nations or UN. He slams the felony of abandoning persons in distress at the commemoration of the 25th anniversary of the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS. The UNCLOS nullified China's expansive claim over the South China Sea and upheld the Philippines' rights over the West Philippine Sea, including the potentially oil-rich Rectobank. Senator Ping Lacson expresses his disappointment after President Rodrigo Duterte dismisses the sinking of the Philippine fishing boat by a Chinese vessel as a maritime incident. Lacson tweets Tuesday, June 18, quote, "The president broke his silence and left us heartbroken. He forgot to explore all resources available before exercising his last option of surrender." Former National Youth Commissioner NYC chairperson Seguerra calls out Duterte Youth Chairman Ronald Cardema in a Facebook post Monday, June 17. Seguerra says Cardema should explain whether government resources were used to campaign for Duterte Youth in the 2019 elections. Seguerra says, quote, "Let's not deviate from the issue. All I can say is you have to be accountable for what you did to the NYC to achieve your political plans and do not use underhanded strategies to simply win." Earlier, Cardema tagged Seguerra and other former NYC Commissioner Ding Dong Dantes as reasons why youth recruitment to the New People's Army was strong. Cardema's comments came after Seguerra, Dantes, and 5 other former NYC executives called for the outright dismissal of Cardema's bid for a party list seat. United States President Donald Trump says Monday, June 17, they will start removing millions of illegal migrants next week. Trump refers to the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, tweeting, quote, "Next week, ICE will begin the process of removing the millions of illegal aliens who have illicitly found their way into the United States. They will be removed as fast as they come in." He adds Guatemala is getting ready to sign a Safe Third Agreement, referring to a pact in which migrants entering Guatemalan territory would have to apply for refugee status there, not in the United States. The US is facing a surge in migrant arrivals from Guatemala and other impoverished Central American countries which are plagued by gang violence. Trump calls this an invasion and made the fight against illegal migration a central plank of his administration. Hong Kong Chief Executive Carrie Lam apologizes for the political unrest sparked by the controversial extradition bill Tuesday, June 18. Unprecedented mass rallies against the bill rocked the city's government, with protesters calling for Lam to step down. Crowd in the protest on Sunday, June 16, was estimated to be at least 2 million. In a press conference, Lam says, quote, "I personally have to shoulder much of the responsibility. This has led to controversies, disputes, and anxieties in society. For this, I offer my most sincere apology to all people of Hong Kong." Lam suspended the bill after the city saw massive rallies on June 9 and 12, with bouts of violence between the police and protesters. Lam gave no indication she was prepared to step down, saying instead she wanted to continue to work very hard to meet the aspirations of the Hong Kong people.